I'm going to take the time to read the introduction to one of the chapters of this book, okay, Earth Prayers. I got this book, 15 years ago, and it's been very profoundly important for me because I'm an Earth guy, and this relates very closely to what the mission, to the C.A.T. Diaries. It's called Benediction for the Animals. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee. Animals, referred to by John Muir as our horizontal brothers, have been long recognized as essential to our development and well-being. Throughout history, they have played a major role in human thought and culture. They inhabit our myths, fables, proverbs, and stories. There is a profound, inescapable need for animals among all peoples, for while animals have inhabited a world without people, we have never lived without the companionship, example, and practical help of animals. Today, because of the widespread pollution of air and water, the rapid expanse of cities, and the destruction of wilderness habitat, we are seeing an imminent and irreversible loss of untamed animal life. We can only guess at the future effect on our children of living in a world in which elephants exist only in zoos. The great whales no longer fill the seas with their song, and the remaining forests are silent. The fact that so many of us are increasingly isolated from the presence of animals may contribute to the growing despair we feel. Direct encounter with animals, meeting them eye to eye on their own ground, evokes a sudden wonder and respect. Their vivid life brings us alive to the source that creates and sustains all beings. Without such encounters, we risk losing that part of ourselves which most deeply resonates with nature, the heart of compassion. In safety and in bliss, may all creatures be of a blissful heart. That's a quote. If our greatest loss with the animals has been to lose touch with the reality of their existence, our second loss has been to banish them from our minds. We assume that they have nothing to teach us about the predicaments of our existence. We no longer know how to listen to the wisdom of the various four-legged, six-legged, finned, and winged creatures that share our life on this earth. We forget that they are our ancestors as well as our kindred. Long before we existed, they worked out the rounds of life in thousands of variations, as though anticipating the experiments of human cultures. In the following sections of Earth Prayers, our powers of empathy and compassion are called upon. We are asked to awaken to the plight of our animal relatives, to let their beauty and power come alive for us once more. We are members of a human family and society, but the presence of animal others enlarges our perception of the self beyond the city and opens us inward to that ground of being where live the lizards and monkey, the fish and the bear. These are our relations. These are, like us, offspring of the great mystery and necessary parts of a balanced and living whole. And then in the chapter, there's many different poems that relate to animals, some of which I'll share later, but that is just an introduction to Earth Prayers and a very succinct description of a big part of what drives the C.A.T. Diaries.